What's going on, guys? Got a pretty cool video for today. We're going to find out how good a team of all undrafted players would be if they played together in the NHL. There's actually some pretty notable undrafted players. One guy is going to be one of the biggest free agents this offseason. Another guy is playing the Stanley Cup Finals. So it should be a lot of fun to see just how good this team does. First, we'll be starting out the LA Kings. I'm now usually leaning towards LA's for this, as the same reign as Ottawa, but to give the custom team a bit more of a chance, I feel like the Pacific Division is a bit easier. So team name there is Delta. I just wanted to try something different. Delta, I'm actually not really sure where that is, but honestly I feel like it sounds pretty cool. Delta Undrafted. Logo there is a bulldog. I figured, undrafted guys are definitely underdogs. Top players, we have Panarin, one of the best players in the league. Giordano, one of the best defensemen in the league, won the Norris last year. Bobrovsky, until this season, was one of the best goalies in the league. We'll see if he bounces back or not next year. I feel like he's got a good chance to do that. So, those three guys are definitely leading this team, but there's also some pretty good depth on it. 89 overall actually has them as the highest rated team in the Pacific Division, so already I'm thinking should be a playoff team. And real quick, guys, I want to thank ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. If you've never heard of VPN, it actually allows you to encrypt your data or reroute your IP address in just one click. Encrypting your data is especially useful whether you're using public Wi-Fi or not. There are so many websites and services always getting hacked. If you have any sensitive information at all, such as emails, passwords, or banking information, you want to keep that protected. And with ExpressVPN's encryption service, even if a hacker had a supercomputer, it would still take them billions of years to crack. And I really enjoy being able to reroute my IP address to a different country. As living in Canada, I always find some sort of content that's only available to Americans. SNL is a big one. Also, too, Netflix I think is really good for this, as there's so many different countries you can go to. If you go to American Netflix, you can actually watch Parks and Rec, which is a show I've started getting into, not available on the Canadian one. Or you could go to the Australian Netflix and watch Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And they also have the sequel to the first movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald, on there as well. I don't know if you guys are also a big Harry Potter fan, but this is what I'm definitely looking forward to watching. So if this sounds like something you guys would be interested in, you can find out how you can get 3 months for free by clicking the link in the description box below or going to expressvpn.com/tactics. So next, you guys take a look at the roster. Team stats, there's contender. Not gonna lie, I thought it would have been champion. 89 overall, highest rated team in the Pacific, but still, actually no, the roster is pretty solid here. So first line of Panarin, Johnson, Marchessault. Pretty sure Panarin's second highest paid player in the NHL behind only McDavid. So clearly he showed the people you should have drafted him. Tyler Johnson even been a very good player for the Lightning for a while now in the Stanley Cup Final. Marchessault as well, showed size doesn't really matter. Played very well in Vegas. The fact that Florida gave him to Vegas for free to take Riley Smith, 2/3 of their first line, I still can't get over that. Zuccarello there, another small guy. I think there's definitely a theme here. Teams think if they're too small they can't play in the NHL. Clearly that's no longer the case. Bozak there, college free agent. Yanni Gourde. So Tampa's just finding diamonds in the rough here, undrafted players in both Johnson and Gourde. You got Sherry there, Iafallo and Mikheyev on the third line. Mikheyev, another guy playing over in Russia. Then you got Vetrano, Ryan, and Kahun on the fourth line. Kahun, 5'10", not the smallest. Vetrano, 5'9", another smaller guys. So again, teams I think know now you can draft guys who are smaller. Taylor Yamamoto, for instance, has been sick for Edmonton. Cole Caulfield, I'm sure, will be sick for Montreal. Giordano here, not really sure why he didn't get drafted, but just won the Norris Trophy last year. Very good defenseman, definitely should have been drafted, I think. Playing with Costana there, they're actually in +3, so should be an awesome top pair. Then you got Nate Schmidt, Torrey Krug. Torrey Krug was sick in college, but small defenseman, sort of like Quinn Hughes. Now we know, that can turn out to be a pretty good player. And then Zaitsev and Pionk actually on the bottom pair. Pionk, another guy playing in college. Zaitsev, of course, over in Russia. Then in goaltending-wise, Bobrovsky, the starter, again, was one of the best goalies in the league before this year, so we'll see if he can bounce back. Antti Raanta, I think, is a very solid goalie as well. They're backing him up. Quick look here at the special teams. You can see +3 on that first power play unit. I think it's going to be awesome. Second doesn't look too bad. 4-man there. PKs. 3-man penalty kill, not the best for chemistry, but still, overall, like I said, a solid team. And I actually had a ton of extra players that couldn't even fit on the team. So AHL here, we got Brandon Tanev, Achari, Raffle, Kajula, Bellemare, Goudreau. Defense, I think it's all but Ledoux. So Dylan, Stetcher, TVR, DeKaiser, Kempney there. Goaltending, we got Riddick there, starter. Jones backing him up. We actually even have Aaron Dell as a third string. So, tons of solid players don't get drafted and actually end up having very solid NHL careers. One thing I just wanted to show you guys, so if you go to the NHL team and you just click through here, I always find that cool, and there's a theme. You can just see everybody there undrafted. Sometimes it'll be everyone from 2015. Even if you go to defense, obviously it's all going to be undrafted. Definitely made it a bit easier making this team. I could double check to make sure they weren't undrafted pretty easily. So next I'll show you the captaincy quick. I think I decided to give Panarin the C as the best player on the team. Second highest paid player in the NHL. I felt like he deserved it. Then for the 2As, I actually went with Giordano and Krug. Giordano, captain of the Flames. Krug, probably going to be second highest paid free agent this summer. Maybe third highest. I think Pietrangelo will be number 1. Him or Hall. Krug probably number 3. And I was thinking about giving it to Marchessault as well. Definitely tons of deserving guys on this team for that captaincy. As so many guys I felt were underdogs at the start of their career, and I feel like that helped them actually become better NHL players, having that chip on their shoulder, playing every night like they had something to prove. I feel it just, makes you a better player. So I'll take a look here at the offense, defense, goaltending before we get started with the sim. You guys can see 2 logo there. You'll notice it's like brown and light blue. I decided to switch it up for the colors, try something different, something I never did before. Offense, there's 90, defense 91, goaltending 89, so very balanced team. Right there you have a look at the home jerseys. So again, I was trying something different here with like the light blue, the brown, obviously Bulldog. We need like that brownish, yellowish color. Alternate, do we have one? We do actually. Alternate's kind of sick, the black jerseys. So yeah, I wanted to try something new for the jerseys. Maybe those jerseys will be lifting a Stanley Cup here. Let's find out. Alright guys, so we're at the trade deadline here. We're actually second place in the division with 84 points, 38-17-8 record, which isn't too bad. I think at one point we were a wildcard team, then we were like first in the division, so we're definitely, in the playoff mix. Panarin there, just under a point per game. Of course, Sim Engine, as always, set to high. So, team's doing about as I expected. Surprised Coyotes are doing that good. After I called out the Pacific Division saying they weren't that great, you can see they're actually dominating, because the Sharks 4th place with 79 points, or even the Canucks 5th with 73, would be first in the Central over the Avalanche. So that's kind of insane. Us, Arizona, Golden Knights would all be first in the East, so somehow the Pacific Division is doing the best of everybody this year. I'm nothing this season here, guys, with a 49-21-12 record, so 1 win shy of 50. What is that, I think? 100, or 98 plus 12, 110 points. I think we finished like second in the league. We did win the Pacific Division, but the Carolina Hurricanes there had 111. We were like up on them at the deadline, so I guess they didn't lose a game from that point on. They actually beat us by 1 point. Panarin 1 point shy of a point per game, 81-82, but still not too bad at all. Actually, both wildcard teams were from the Pacific Division, so yeah, I called them out saying they're the worst division, and they showed up this sim. Zuccarello there 67, John 63, so not too bad. Marchessault 61, entire first line 60 plus. Zuccarello actually played pretty well there on the second line. Krug 52, pretty solid for D-man, second pair. Gord almost 50. Same with Bozak, actually pretty good year for him. Sherry, Giordano, both, closing in on 40. Schmidt and Tanev, honestly, not doing too bad either. Did Bobrovsky bounce back here? 38-15, .922 and a 2.28. That's a solid save percentage. Pretty low goals against. I've actually got him downgraded to 87. So he actually, I think he has an outside shot to Vezina, to be honest. HL team I haven't looked at all. Achari 69. Nice. Over a point per game. So it looks like they did, pretty good. We'll take a quick look and see where they were in the standings. Also, if you want to see just who led the league in points here, Sagan 102. We mentioned it before, but he's just such a monster in the sim. We'll see if that, continues in NHL 21. But for the most part, the usual suspects there. Defense, Ekman Larson 79. Jeez, he went off. Torrey Krug wasn't even on the top 10 or whatever. It looks like he was actually, that's their crew, 58. Ours had like 52 or whatever. So overall, pretty good team. Panarin, 81 points is good, but not as good in real life even. I feel like we'll need him to play a bit better in the playoffs to actually win that Stanley Cup. Again, as I mentioned, second in the entire league, first in the West. I can't believe Carolina caught us. The run they went on must have been insane. 100 plus points. 7 teams there with 100 plus points. Dallas, 22nd, makes the playoffs. They're going to be dangerous too. They have Sagan, they have Radulov, both done well. That's just not fair. 22nd, you get in the playoffs. There should be like a rule against that. The Ducks actually last in the league, 60 points. Detroit, though, pretty close there with 64. So we get started the playoff sim next year. Quickly, actually, AHL team. We're in a playoff spot, and we're guaranteed third. So we'll see, how they do, as pretty much, half that team, maybe more than half, is undrafted NHL players. I'm surprised, honestly, not doing better than they are, but maybe it's because it's mostly like third and fourth line guys. Really don't have any scores. Vancouver Canucks here, first round of the playoffs. All right, so Canucks are a good team, but I feel like, I don't know, I like our chances here. First 2 games at home in Delta, again, wherever that is. 2-1 win, close game. 3-2 loss. Alright, so both games so far decided by a goal. Game 3 now in Vancouver. 6-2 win, let's go. Bounce back. 3-2 OT loss. So they're playing us close here. Headed home, game 5. 5-3 win, that was a big one. If we lost that, I would have had to win the next 2 straight. Vancouver, we get the 6-0 shutout win. Okay, so on the second round, I'm trying to see here. I'm looking at the East. And who do we have in the West here? The Vegas Golden Knights. Alright, so first 2 games against Vegas at home. Obviously, we'll have home ice advantage till the Stanley Cup final. And only Carolina would actually take that from us. 5-2 win game 1, 4-3 win OT in game number 2. So we're looking pretty good here in these playoffs. I feel like this, I don't know, like I said, this team is a bunch of underdogs. They have something to prove. And in the playoffs, they're just going to play even better. 5-4 win in game 3. And then a 2-1 loss game 4. So almost, had the sweep there. Just have to win one of these next 3. Like, come on. There you go. 5-2 win. So, conference finals now for this team. The Delta Undrafted, the underdogs, Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they got guys like McKinnon first overall, McCarr 4th, same with Byram. Rantanen was a top pick. We got to prove, you know, you don't have to get drafted high, but unfortunately a 4-2 loss and a 5-2 loss at home in the first 2 games. Come on. Okay, we better not get swept here. Okay, there we go. 5-3 loss, 3-2 win. Can we pull out the reverse sweep? It's been done like 5 times in NHL history. Okay. Come on. They gave us hope, and then they took it away. Lost in 6 out of the Avalanche. Still, though, I feel like pretty solid run for the team. AHL team, looks like they lost in the second round. Again, I honestly thought they would have done better than that. Draft lottery is in. Montreal gets first overall, jumping up from 12th. I'm sure Alexis Lafreniere was really hoping Montreal was going to win, but oh well, he's going to New York. Still not too bad, you know, consolation prize. We actually lost the eventual Stanley Cup winner there in the Colorado Avalanche, so can't, you know, be too upset here. Take a look at how everyone did in the playoffs, playoff tree, all the awards. Panarin did go off, 25 points, 17 games. I said he had to play better for us to win the cup. He did his part for sure. Giordano even, as a D-man, 17. He showed up. Sherry, wasn't a top player for us in the regular season, 13. He looked really good. Marchessault didn't have a single goal, but 13 assists isn't terrible. So, I mean, yeah, the top 3 there, Panarin, Giordano, Sherry, they're giving it their all for sure. Take a look here at Bobrovsky stats in the playoffs. 0.912, 2.68, so not as good as the regular season, but still definitely good enough to win with. I am curious, like, I think he's got a shot at that Vezina trophy. So after Colorado beat us, they actually beat the Maple Leafs in 5 games. Maple Leafs there go through the Blue Jackets. They didn't lose this time. Lightning swept the Penguins before losing there to Colorado. So quick look here at the awards. Let's start with the AHL awards. I'm curious. I know we made the playoffs. Did we win a single award, though? We did not. Individual, Matthew Boldy, most points. MVP, most goals. Outstanding rookie. He just went off. Waller, best D-man. Hammond, best goalie. Griffith, Boucher, Bean, and Hammond. So unfortunately, no AHL awards. NHL, we were 1 point shy of the President's Trophy, at least tying for it. Individual, Sagamino got the Art Ross. Rantanen got the Hart Trophy. Ekman Larson, James Norris. Again, 79 points. He was crazy this year. Lady Bang goes to McKinnon, just like real life. Quinn Hughes gets the Calder, potentially just like real life. It's like a 50-50 split, I think, between him and McCarr. Landeskog, Conn Smythe, so he showed up big for them in the playoffs. Bobrovsky did get the Vezina, so there you go. He got 1 award at least. He also got the William Jennings. So these guys, you know, they shut it down. We had a pretty solid decor, good goalie, good chemistry. Cholowski, Bill Masterton. Buffalo coach Jack Adams, they must have made the playoffs. O'Reilly, I feel like if you had to bet on an award in the sim, O'Reilly's like the money bet. He almost always wins the Selke. Rantanen, Ted Lindsay, and then Sagan also in the Maurice Richard. So, like I said, overall, a pretty good sim. Was hoping these guys maybe could have won a cup. Would have been awesome. You know, Cinderella story for the underdogs, but I still feel like they had a pretty good year. So, that's going to be it, guys, for this video. If you did enjoy it, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.